Hey folks, Matt from artoftheimage.com. Is f4 the new f2.8? Talking about aperture here. This is actually something I've been discussing in a roundabout way or on and off in videos for a while now. This is actually the title of an article on SLR Lounge. And what he's getting at is that himself and a lot of his friends have gone to smaller, lighter, longer range f4 zooms instead of their f2.8. Specifically here, he had the Nikon 24-70 f2.8, traded it in for the actual Sigma 24-120 f4 art lens. So these are high quality lenses. We're still talking about essentially pro lenses. We're talking about lenses that are still capable of excellent image quality. We're not sacrificing image quality here. We're sacrificing a bit of f-stop. But the new cameras like the D4S, Canon 1DX, D7200, which is like the ranking king of high ISO for a crop sensor now, these bodies are all getting better and better and better, like cameras in general, at high ISO. So specifically, if you're shooting with like a full frame, like say a Canon 1DX or a 5D Mark III, or a... Now this is where the 5DS doesn't qualify because it's not as good at high ISO. But a Nikon D750, a Nikon D610, these are all really good high ISO cameras. 6400 is usable, 12800 is quite usable. So this is what I found in my shooting of these as well, is that I'd rather have the 24-120 f4 VR, or as he said, the 24-120 Sigma art lens. Now these are supposed to be great. I haven't specifically shot with that Sigma art lens yet. But now you're getting a lens that covers you from 24 to 120, much greater range, f4 constant, so you're still only f4 at the long end as well as at the short end. So it's not like it's a variable aperture zoom going up to 5.6 or 6.7. Still fairly decent lens as far as the aperture, but these cameras' high ISO abilities are so capable that it's a much easier package to do everything with, because you get a 24-120 sharp lens, f4 constant, and f4 with the new high ISO abilities is basically the new f2.8. The only thing you're sacrificing is a little bit of depth of field. But if you know what you're doing and you know what your depth of field is at a given aperture, f4, as I've shown in previous videos, on a full frame camera can still blow out the background pretty nicely. If you need better than f4, you probably don't need f2.8, you probably need f1.8, f1.4, f1.2 of a prime. So I agree with this totally. I would myself choose a 24-120 f4 over a 24-70 f2.8. And that's on a full frame camera. And even this carries over into crop sensors too. Those aren't the lenses I would choose probably, but same idea because of the high ISO abilities. So this article kind of just is espousing or flushing out this idea that I've been talking about for a while, and that how I choose to shoot. Like when I had the 750 here, I think I had the 24-120 f4 from Nikon, and I love that lens. Beautiful lens, and it great on the 610 as well. I actually like the 24-85. That's a variable aperture, but I treated it as a constant aperture. The Nikon 24-85, f3.5 to f4.5 VR. I just left it at f4.5. I basically didn't let it go to 3.5. So, or you can leave it at 4.5, and then have it set so when it zooms down, it goes to the 3.5, but basically not letting it go, into the 5.6s and whatnot. You could also just treat it as a f4.5 constant aperture. In any case, I think this is, for me, a better way to shoot. What do you guys think? Do you still prefer your f2.8 zooms? As I said, for me, I'd rather have the f4 zoom with the longer range. Still a good quality zoom. We're not talking about sacrificing sharpness or better quality. We're just talking about losing a little bit of aperture, because I've got those fast primes for when I need those. So if f4 is not good enough for me on full frame, I'd probably need f1.8, f1.4. What do you guys think? Let me know. Leave a comment below. Is this something you've considered? Is this something you've done? Is this something that's new to you and you're like, hey, I'm going to try that out? Let me know. Thanks. We'll be back soon here at artoftheimage.com with some new videos, some new articles. Keep up to date with what's going on in the world of photography, videography, and technology right here at artoftheimage.com. Thanks, guys.